more can I say?
Top Billin. Your boy Angry Murf is back because I'm sick and tired of all these cats in the go along, get along gang, these insurrectionist bastards talking about Lamar Jackson. First of all, they were talking about this man working with a QB mechanics expert this offseason like that's news. Why is that news? Someone tell me this. Come on, man. Even in this article right here, they mentioned that this guy, Adam Dedeaux, I guess that's his name, has worked with Matthew Stafford, Dak Prescott, Matt Ryan, and several others. Hello? That probably means QBs and any other player in any sport refines their game in the offseason. Once again, why is this news? I do not understand. Y'all gonna stop fucking with my boy Lamar Jackson. I'm here all day, every day. I'm here. I want all the smoke for anybody disrespecting this man. For as great of a talent as he is, people still have to sit there in their dirty foot-ass mouth and come out of their mouth talking about this kid all crazy. I guess y'all must have forgot he was the one pushing them BBs, putting lead on targets last year before he got hurt through the air. Remember, I came on here through the air, on the air, telling y'all week in and week out about this man's ability to do what? Look at him. Training through his progressions. Woo! You see that shit whizzing by that man's head like that? That shit'll give you PTSD. You see a ball fly past your head like that. This man on the pool right here, you get the fake screen, come back left, right? You don't see it there. Really nowhere to go on here underneath, right? When you're Lamar Jackson and you're trying to push the ball down the field like the haters and insurrectionists say you can't. Look at that. Where's the mechanics at in this? Look, clean pocket. One of the first and only clean pockets he ever had that season with his weak-ass offensive line display week in and week out. And we knew that was because of injuries, no doubt about that. They're going to be retooled this year, but look at him. Great base whiff. Stepping into the throw. Piston-like delivery. What's wrong with that? Cocking it at the elbow. One of those cock and fire motions that's completely interchangeable with arm slotting, and you can see it there. Getting it through a window, spiral, whizzing by that man's head right there, and you can see that shit right there. That shit'll take your hearing away, right? Hearing aids needed. Fuck out of here. Oh, I'm confused. Lamar can't think the game through. Really? Right? Come on. A little ghost motion here. Gonna have a trap block. You're gonna let this man go through here so he can get splatter whacked on a trap here by Ben Cleveland. And Lamar can't think it through. Look, really? Look at that. Ghost going on. Boom, lead on targets. Oh, it's not his fault Sammy Watkins short circuit after getting hit, right? It's not his fault. He delivering them BBs, baby, and bang! Your man right there looked like he was good and then just deflated. Come on, man. Look at this. Once again, ghost action. You're going to fake the power read, and then you'll see him hit Sammy Watkins. And look at this virgin tight window right here. Come on, man. You talk about QB mechanics or arm mechanics, however you want to. What can you say about this right here? Come on. This one right here, he has to throw off of his back foot. If you can see the throwing lanes there, you have to be able to create throwing lanes. Nobody's on the ground or anything like that. But what does he do? He's still able to deliver because he can change his arm sliding. He can put it through a keyhole, and you see right there, absolutely perfect. The Sammy Watkins hits him in stride. This time he does not short circuit till he gets splatter whacked right there. He's having a tough game. Spire. Got jackhammered, twisted all around right there, and pile driven. But what about Lamar's mechanics? Playmaking. This is what playmakers do. Front facing play action fake here to Devontae Freeman. Nothing front side, and look at that. Delivers the pill. Project Pat Ricard, rumbling, bumbling, stumbling all the way down the field like Chris Berman would say. You got that front-facing play-action fake. You get a little bit of a breach up here throughout the interior portion of there. And what does he do? Stay parallel to the line of scrimmage. They actually has it closed off. But look, can you teach this? Look at that sidearm action right here. You can't teach that. QB mechanics be damned. That's making a play for your team, getting that ball out. If he threw that ball overhead like he did the previous, it wouldn't have gotten it. What are we doing here? What I love about this one is his ability to chain through his progressions, which all the naysayers were saying he doesn't do, talking about he locking on the primaries and shit like that. Come on, man. You guys got to update your files. You got Mark Andrews here trying to find a void in his zone, and Lamar Jackson's ability to chain through his progressions, if you think about that, right, exhaust all options, that gives your team enough time to win, right? It's a rhythm and timing-based offense. However, you got to have that time for it to go. Look at him chain through and zoop. Come on, man. Look at that accuracy. Think about that. You know you zipping some shit with some accuracy when a natural hands catcher like Mark Andrews has the body catch and cradle. Check this out. You can see it right here. He immediately goes right, comes back left with it to see what's going on there, right? 1, 2, and then, of course, all right, it's time to get on page with Mark Andrews, and let's see the dynamics of that. Of course, when you're stepping in this right here, you ain't got to step into any type of throw because you're throwing into a lane. So he steps into the throw but doesn't have to point and shoot to the target because he has to get through this throwing lane, right? That's what you call football ability, the ability to think the game through. Look at that. Anticipatory throw. They're both on the same page and swoop right in the numbers. And Mark Andrews gets to do a little bit more dirty work. Hey, Cletus and Cooter, Lamar Jackson can't throw that deep ball. At least that's what everybody on Instagram said. Yeah. So wasn't Lamar Jackson leading the league in yards through the air, I believe, through like week 6 or 7 or something like that? Pretty much they were bombs away. Remember, I would come here and remark like this does not look like the normal Ravens offense. They were being highly aggressive, and you can see that in a certain spot or in a certain stretch. As far as the turnovers go, hey, that's what happens. High risk, high reward type offense, you're going to turn the ball over eventually. But you can see this man manipulating the safety right here. He knows where he wants to go with this bad boy. But just that little subtle manipulation here, you can see him floating in the pocket. Organic designation, you can see him slide to exactly where he needs to be to where he can pseudo step into this right here. And just a flick of that elbow, man, and that thing is launched, right? You can see it, grass, blades, chopped. Hollywood Brown right here, rack 'em. All right, y'all, all my peeps out Baltimore County, and I'm talking about, of course, Essex, Middle River, Dundalk, Parkville, Timonium, Bowley's Quarters, Kearney, we all in the building, baby. Shout outs everybody up in PG County, all my DC cats in the whole Commonwealth of Virginia. You know I love y'all, but y'all got to show that love back by hitting this thanks button. All you got to do is come right here, hit this thanks button, and it brings up your total right here. You can go 2, 5, 10, 50, whatever you want to send to the kid, because you know I be serving that heat like hibachi. You gotta tip your waiter. Once you do that, of course, it'll bring up your Google Pay of choice. However you want to do that, send it in, Jerome. Now let's get back to it. So I know y'all heard this by these goofball Chris Sims.
And I've heard Lamar Jackson say he wants to win Super Bowls. He wants to win a bunch of Super Bowls. I mean, I think there was a time where he was like, I want to be like Brady. He remember him saying that early in his career. Well, Brady wouldn't be missing OTAs in year 4 of his career. That's where I want to say to some of these young quarterbacks. I hear like, I want to be like Brady. I want to have a career like Brady. Well, then do what Brady does.
Man, shut the fuck up. This is something that I noticed last year when I was doing the 3-part series, Angry Murf, defending my man Lamar Jackson here. Every time this kid does something, it's big news. Big news. It doesn't even make sense to me. Last year, he was the apple of everyone's eyes because he just shut up and came to work knowing that they need to get that contract situation worked out because this is a physical sport and this man plays a high-risk game of football. I was scared for that man every game knowing that, hey, one snap could be your last, and you do not have a long-term security of a long-term contract that you've earned, completely earned, changed a franchise, put the franchise on your back, and it was none more evident than last season. Remember this right here? We can see right here when he Week 11, when he missed that Chicago game, and you could tell during the Miami game, something wasn't quite right there. But before he missed the game, you can make an argument that he was on his way to another MVP performance. At least he was putting himself in the race. And this wasn't no dink and dunk and all that stuff that people were talking about. That's why it kills me when people were talking about Coach Roman, because this clearly was something different. Look at the average yards per attempt, right? 12.14 average yards per attempt, 8.45, 8.50. You can see right here, they were pushing the ball down the field up until it started to look a little funny for him right here, right around the Minnesota-Miami game there. Pre-injury, he had 14 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. He was completing 65% of his passes for 2,400 yards, over 2,400 yards. That was 9 games. So you can extrapolate that out and see that he was on his way to doing some really good things there. Now, as far as the turnovers go, like I said before, it's a high-risk brand of football. I can't wait to see what they do this season now that he's prepared for something like that, because I felt like that came out of nowhere. This year they should be a lot better at it. If they are going to push the ball down the field like that with those young horses they got out wide and, of course, the best tight end in the league. But that's beyond the point there. You can see last year missing all those games. That man needs to get that long-term contract. Some OTAs. Wait, listen, let's be real here, man. Them shits are not mandatory. You need to send a message to say, hey, listen, you already saw people were talking about Tyler Huntley, this and that, right, which was pissing me off. Nobody talking about Tyler Huntley anymore, right, after seeing him play an extended amount. Not saying that he can't be a viable backup, but he's not Lamar Jackson. You guys got to quit that goofy shit there. My man right here, inactive all those games, didn't get a chance to complete the season. You don't think he needs to take care of himself? Tom Brady be damned. Long-term security. This is a business. This is a rough sport. We see it all the time with people losing their careers. He needs to be paid. That's the bottom line.
And in the biggest year of your career. It's the biggest year of your career, hands down. It's hey, we went to the playoffs 2 years in a row. It ended disappointingly. 1 year we got knocked out, first round. Next year we win a game and go up to Buffalo, don't play good. Last year things kind of fall apart. He's injured. The team was injured, banged up. He didn't play the last few weeks of the year.
So you acknowledge all that and it still does not resonate with you? That doesn't make any sense either. You just said he didn't play the last few games of the season. You had various people on injured reserve, the whole team banged up damn near, and you don't see that this guy has to put himself first. Finally, he should have been done this if you ask me, but he was being polite about the situation, being a great soldier at the time and showing up. But eventually you have to put your foot down, man, if you want something to change. Because these people will give you a solid contract, but this man wants to make what he believes that he's worth. So market value be damned and all this and that. This man is a different breed out there. They need to pay this man. It's taxing season. Lamar Jackson is going to tax that ass. Pause. He's going to make everyone pay, from my man EDC to all you haters and insurrectionists, Cooter and Cletus. All you dudes, everybody's going to have to pay. Get him, Lamar.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.